we know is that everybody is setting a New Year's resolution. Everybody's deciding that on the 1st of January, they're going to start going towards these goals. And even if you're not, if you're deciding I'm going to change this year, I've been trying to lose fat, it hasn't been working out, I'm going to finally change. This episode is for you. We are going to run through 5 of the biggest things that Nick and I could think of to help you be successful with your 2023 fat loss goal.
You're listening to the Lifestyle Nutrition Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Dwyer.
And I'm Alex Wojciechowski. We cut through the BS in the health and fitness industry and give you the strategies you need to make real progress when it comes to your health, your body, and fitting all this stuff into your lifestyle.
Nick, what's going on, dude?
Dude, how we doing?
Doing well. This is actually my last day of work. I was just telling you that before this. I just logged off. I put my computer in the box that they gave it to me, and I'm a full-time nutrition coach right now.
Dunzo. That's awesome, man.
Done. Wipe my hands of that, and yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome. Congrats, dude.
Thanks. A little scared. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit scared. I think that's good though. A little bit of scare, like back against the wall. Let's see what we can fucking do. And I've been definitely feeling a lot better just with what I'm doing recently. The last few weeks, I had briefly mentioned to this yesterday, but I'm sure you saw some of my videos because I've been doing summary reels of all of my days. But I started a 90-day challenge. This is day 11. Right now, and the 90-day challenge, it consists of, for me, I mirrored it after 75 hard, which is a little bit aggressive and not something that, I wanted to mirror the principles of 75 hard within something that's going to challenge me and not kill me. And, I figured I'm already doing a lot. I don't necessarily need to burn myself out with 2 workouts a day. So I'm doing a workout a day, which is 4 more days of working out per week than I have been doing. 45-minute workout a day. I'm doing a gallon of water, which I have no problem getting in most days, especially when I'm working out. I drink a lot of water. I'm doing at least one relevant post, just of value each day. I'm doing 15 minutes of reading at least, and then what's the other one? Oh, no candy or baked goods. And so a lot of these things will challenge me. I'm also trying to do like 30 minutes of interaction on Facebook a day, or I'm not trying to, I am doing that now. I added that because I wanted to challenge myself even more, because I kind of realized a lot of these days I was starting to like get in the groove, and I was like, okay, I want to challenge myself more. So I added that, and we're continuing to go, but it's been awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Having fun with it? Or has it been rough?
I am. It's been good. No, it hasn't actually been too rough. I had one day where I waited till late because I had hockey, and I thought the hockey was going to be my 45-minute workout of the day, but it didn't go that long. And so I was like, fuck, I was trying to kind of in my mind work it, like, oh, that'll be good. And I was like, I don't feel good about that. Like, I did this, I want to do this right. And so I went back home and I got a 45-minute workout in my basement. So that's kind of the only hiccup so far. Otherwise, I've been really, really just on trying to make sure that I do this. The big goal from this for me is just to become somebody who does what he says he's going to do day after day, and really develop consistency. Because I've talked about this a little bit on the podcast, but I just find myself like on this big roller coaster, which I know life is a roller coaster, but I've been just on this roller coaster of like riding high, just fucking feeling good about shit for 2 weeks, and then just riding low and being like, I don't want to do anything. And I'm trying to get into that point where, and I think everybody can take a note from this as to like getting into that mindset of like, whatever I say I'm going to do that day, I'm going to get done. And I think we all know what we should be doing on a daily basis. It's a matter of if we execute, and knowing that motivation is never going to be consistent. But if you're disciplined to do these habits day after day, you are going to get the results you want. And so that is why I'm doing this.
Yeah, dude, I love it. That was my goal with what I was trying to do, and I took a little shit on it. So I gotta kind of not start over, but give everyone like an update again with what I'm doing. And then I think just change the expectations a little bit, and again, just be consistent. And like you said, try not to have those those really low lows where it's like, all right, if I can just get this bare minimum done, I know I have to get it done. Just get up and fucking do it, and then just try to keep those lows from getting that low. I think that's kind of like the main thing I need to work on, because I have a similar all or nothing where it's just like, you know, if I fall off, I'm like, all right, like I'll just, you know, I fell off, it's done, instead of actually just being like, you know what, I missed a couple of days, let me just restart, or let me just keep moving, even if I'm not gonna restart from the beginning, like just keep moving, and then if I want to keep going longer with it, just go longer with it. So
Yeah, for sure. You should do something like I'm doing. Develop, just put together like 3 to 5 habits that are going to challenge you, but that you know you can actually do. Because I think a lot of people, they put together these habits that they really can't actually stick to, and then it's like no wonder you fell off, right? Like, so like stuff that's going to challenge you that maybe you know you should be doing that you're not actually doing every day, and then just be like, okay, I'm going to do this shit for 30, 60, 90 straight days, no matter what happens.
yeah, yeah, that's what I got to do, and just make it things that are one that are worth doing, that like make me feel good, and then I forget the other thing, but yeah, just got to do it.
100%. And what's going on with you, dude? Other than that, I'm talking a lot about myself. What's going on with you?
Not much. I've been having some like weird back pain. It's like middle upper back. I don't know if it's from lifting, because it kind of shoots up to my shoulder. I felt like I was having shoulder issues before, so it might be related. So that's also part of my I gotta update everyone with that too on my my 30-day thing, because yeah, I've just been kind of doing cardio. It's been a little bit nicer here, so I've been going for some more walks. But yeah, that's been super annoying, because I was getting worried about it. I didn't know, like it almost felt internal, because like when I would breathe really deeply, I could feel like a pulsing and sharp pain, but it also just could be like muscles that are a little bit deeper in my back, or like around my ribs. So
Ugh, that sucks, dude. Back pain just fucking sucks. So hopefully that gets fixed quickly.
yeah,
But what do you think? We get into the topic of this show?
yeah, let's get it moving.
I love it, dude. So this week, as you know, we are talking about everything with the new year. So as this show's coming out, it's just after the new year. I think it's the 3rd. If you'll be listening to this show right after the 3rd of 2023, January 2023. And so what we know is that everybody is setting a New Year's resolution. Everybody's deciding that on the 1st of January, they're going to start going towards these goals. And even if you're not, if you're deciding, I'm going to change this year, I've been trying to lose fat, it hasn't been working out, I'm going to finally change, this episode is for you. We are going to run through 5 of the biggest things that Nick and I could think of to help you be successful with your 2023 fat loss goal. And, you know, this is just, we've really put as much information as possible, but these are some of the big rocks that we think if you can focus on these, not all of them at once, but kind of go through this list, focus on these different things, that you will be successful in your fat loss journey in 2023.
Yeah, man, I think this is a good one. I think it's going to help a lot of people. Looking back at it now and understanding a little bit more about like goal setting, for me at least, I think this is one of the big problems, is that people don't set goals and expectations the right way, and that's what we're going to get into first. In my opinion, I think that setting your goal to be a certain amount of action that you take. So, for example, say you're trying to lose weight, instead of making the goal, I want to lose 15 pounds in a month, which is unsustainable anyway, but instead of making that the goal, make it, all right, let me get 4 workouts in a week. I want to hit my calories 5 out of 7 days for the week, and focus on that. And if you get those things done, that's a win. And if you just keep doing that, the outcome that you actually want is going to happen. So I think that's the biggest thing, is setting that goal to be the actions that you're going to create, and then just get really specific with that and make sure that those actions that you're choosing actually align with the desired outcome that you want.
100%. And this first one is to be intentional with your goals, your why, and your expectations for fat loss. And just kind of wanted to make sure everybody knew that. And when you say that, I think it's awesome that you said actionable goals. I like to say, just exactly the same thing that you did, where you set that end goal, right? Like you want to make sure you have that goal that can be the guiding light, so to speak, of keeping you on the path, making sure you're on the path, but then detach from that goal and focus on the daily actions that are going to get there. Water goals, step goals, exercising a certain amount of times per week, getting a certain amount of veggies in. I think like these kind of things can be a lot more sustainable of things to work on, because they're going to be what leads you to that end goal. If you're constantly hyper focusing on that end goal, you're going to be taking away from the things that are actually going to get you there. And, I think that's the big thing. And then kind of moving on to the why, with the why, this is something that a lot of people really go wrong, I believe personally, because I think that, a lot of people, they set this why of, I just want to lose weight, or I just want to feel better. And a lot of these can be very surface level. And what I've found just through myself is when I don't have a clear why, and a why that's like deep, and it's maybe even beyond myself, has other people involved, has like these deep meanings to me, it's a lot harder to stay on track, right? It's going to make those hard days, those hard weeks, those hard months even super fucking hard to get through, because you don't have something that is really driving you. And so what you can do is you can set up a huge why, set up something like, make sure you dig deep for this, go deep, make it about your kids, make it about your family, make it about living as long as you possibly can, making about impact, like whatever you can do, and then just post it everywhere. Remind yourself daily, put it on your phone. Like I have a reminder on my phone every morning that comes up and reminds me my why is, and tattoo it on your fucking self if you have to, like whatever you got to do to remind yourself. Like it honestly is huge for those hard times.
Yeah. And then aside from that, just like if you don't actually figure out why you want something, I was talking to Alex about this earlier yesterday. If you say you come up with some surface level thing and it's like, I want to lose weight, and you don't really know why you want to lose weight, say you want to actually like deeper, you actually like feel like shit and you want to feel better, you want to have energy, but you just assume that losing weight is going to do that for you, and you go about losing weight in a way that doesn't let you feel good about yourself or have that energy, then you're going to get to that end goal of losing weight, and then you're still going to feel like shit. So it's like determining what the actual reason for it is going to also determine like the actions you're going to take and the way you go about it.
Absolutely. And to add one more thing, I was listening to Ed Milet's like end of the year podcast yesterday, and one of them was a clip from, I think, Dean Graziosi. I don't know how to say his fucking last name, but I believe it was him. He was talking about asking yourself why like 7 times. And I think that can be a good exercise for people to do, where it's like, I want to lose weight. Why? Because I feel like shit right now. Why? And like kind of going deeper into like why they want to do it, and continuing to ask themselves the question of why, to dig deeper, can be a good exercise you could use as well to find just the big reason why you actually want to do this. Because we all want to feel better, we all want to be healthier, but generally that's not enough to drive you when shit hits the fan.
Yep. Yeah, I love it. And then moving on, setting the expectations properly for it. So understanding what's really achievable, understanding that there's going to be hiccups, there's going to be times where you don't feel like doing it, you don't have motivation. So just really understanding that that's going to be that's going to happen. It's not going to go perfect, and just being able to, like rebound when you do have those little moments where you're off track or whatever it is.
Oh, 100%, dude. This is huge. And this is one of those things, what you were talking about initially about this is the big thing that I think it makes people disappointed. It makes people frustrated. It makes people fall off, because they have these expectations. They're going to be perfect. It's going to be a straight line from where they are to their fucking goal. There's never going to be a hiccup. There's never going to be a step back. And it's going to be this huge, fast process, like Karen, who lost 60 pounds on keto in 2 months. Like, and the thing is like, it's never as quick as we want it to. Nobody's perfect. Perfect is the most unrealistic expectation out there. You're always going to fail. Like, there's going to be failures. There's going to be hiccups. There's going to be bumps in the road. And if you can expect all those things, you're going to be so much better off, and you're going to, you're going to get to your goal a lot quicker because you're not going to constantly be taking a step forward, 2 steps back, step forward, 2 steps back. And I think that's one of the big things. Is it's kind of like my roller coaster route right now with the 90-day challenge of why I'm doing it. It's because I was doing that. I was taking a step forward and then, a step back, 2 steps back maybe, and then a step forward. And, you can only do that so long before it's like I'm hitting my head against a fucking wall and something needs to change, right? Like, and so this will really help you move into the direction of your goals.
Yeah, and you don't have to like set your standards low, but you don't want to expect too much and think that, after a month of being consistent that it's all just going to happen right away. So I think it's just really being able to take your time with it and be able to see like the small progress and pay attention to that and be happy with that and move from there instead of expecting everything to just happen right away.
Oh yeah, dude. 100%. I think extremely well said. And I think that bleeds right into number 2 on our list here, which is just to meet yourself where you're at and do what you can be consistent with every day. And I think that this comes from so many people trying to go right from 0 to 100. You see it a lot of times right off the bat, New Year's resolution, I'm going to go to the gym. And you see these people that you've never seen before in the gym in there 5 days a week, 6 days a week. And, they've gone from not working out at all over the last 9 months out of the year to going in 5-6 days a week. They've gone from, not really eating quality foods, not really eating veggies, not really eating things that fuel them, to trying to be super, super rigid and strict on their diet. And, they go from like not moving at all, like taking 1,000 steps a day to taking 10,000, 12,000 steps a day. And, I think that really trying to meet yourself where you're at, doing yourself that favor and trying to make small changes that you can build on from the start, going from 0 workouts a day to 1 or 2 workouts, or 0 workouts a week to 1 to 2 workouts a week, going from, not really having a lot of quality foods in your plan to maybe adding some servings of fruits and veggies each day to your day, going from not really moving a lot stepwise to let's start with adding 1,000 steps to what you're currently doing. If you can make these small changes, you're going to be so much more consistent and you're not going to constantly be falling off or quitting your New Year's resolution.
Yeah, that's huge. I think we talked a little bit about it in the last one about like seeing what other people are doing. You said Susie or whatever her fucking name was about Karen. Yeah, about Karen. Like not paying attention too much to what they're doing, because they could be doing keto. It could be something that doesn't fit into what you're doing right now or what you like doing. It doesn't fit into your lifestyle. So I think that's huge, being able to like actually understand that like I actually don't want to do this. Like it's going to suck. I'm not going to be able to stay consistent with it. So yeah, just making that small change, like Alex said, jump from 0 workouts per week to maybe 1 to 2 and move from there. And I forget the other thing I was going to say.
Yeah. I mean, I would just add a little bit more to this even is just like start with 2 to 3 daily things that you can stick with. 2 to 3 daily non-negotiables. And why I say non-negotiables is like make them a non-negotiable in your day. Make them, if they're super fucking complicated and you can't stick with them, don't have them be a part of your daily non-negotiables. Make sure that you can do them. I like to say confidence test them. I got that from a book. I can't remember what the book was called. But confidence test them. Ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident am I can do this habit every day? If the answer is less than 9 out of 10, adjust the habit so that you can do it every goddamn day. If it's 9 or 10 out of 10, awesome. Let's stick with that. Do that for all of those daily non-negotiables. You'll find some things you can stick to. You can always build on these things as you go. But if you're constantly setting this bar super high and you're not able to live up to it, you're going to be diminishing your confidence and you're just going to keep falling off, getting frustrated, and eventually you're going to quit.
I think that's the biggest thing with it, the confidence. I've realized that with myself and some of the stuff that I've done in the past, like setting these goals where maybe it's like, all right, I'm going to do these 7 things every single day. And then I don't do them. And then I'm like, fuck, like, and then you start to lose trust with yourself. So even if it's something that's less than what like your capacity to handle is. So maybe like you're making it a little bit easier on yourself. If you can just do those really consistently, then you can build up more momentum, more trust with yourself. And then as time goes on throughout the year, then you can start to really stack more and have that confidence in your confidence in yourself that you can actually get it done and keep moving forward.
I absolutely love it, dude.
Yeah, so then number 3, the next one, begin with the end in mind and have an exit strategy. So this is really just knowing what your lifestyle, like your preferred lifestyle is. Sort of like I just talked about with keto or some type of fad diet. If you know you just love carbs or you want to eat breakfast in the morning, then keto or intermittent fasting is probably not going to be for you. So just knowing what you can realistically do within your lifestyle, what you can enjoy and like tolerate, is going to be one of the biggest things with staying consistent and being able to keep going past just February or March, like being able to take this all year and make this a lifestyle.
Yeah, dude. And I think that that's the perfect thing. You know, lifestyle, our podcast is called the Lifestyle Nutrition Podcast for a reason. We believe in fitting a plan into your lifestyle. And that's what this is all about, is going about fat loss the same exact way you plan on living once you've achieved the result. So many people, they go about fat loss in a way that I'm just going to do this until I hit my goal. I'm just going to do keto until I hit my goal. I'm just going to do intermittent fasting until I hit my goal. I'm just going to do Optavia until I hit my goal. And that approach does not work, because then you go back to quote unquote normal eating and you see the weight pile back on. And so beginning with the end in mind, beginning with a plan that you know you can stick to for life, beginning and having an exit strategy to that plan, because you're going to be in a calorie deficit when you finish, right? Like you're going to be in a calorie deficit. How are you going to get back up to maintenance? Like so many people, they go from this deep calorie deficit and they're like, I'm going to start eating normally again. And the thing is like, you're just setting yourself up for weight gain. So having that reverse diet plan out of your calorie deficit, setting yourself up for success after the fact, is just as important as setting up the plan at the start.
Yeah, I don't know if I have much to add to that, to be honest. I think it's huge though.
I think that's about all we need to say on that. Like, fit a plan into your lifestyle, begin with the end in mind, and just make sure that you don't just go about it just and have the end point be the weight loss. You know, it's just have the end point be the rest of your life as well, and just make sure you're setting yourself up for that. And that brings us to number 4. And so number 4 is understanding that the physical results will happen once your body is in a healthier spot. And so what this really means is that we need you to focus on the things that are going to make you feel your best and get your body into the healthiest spot. And I think what this comes down to is focusing on sleep, focusing on stress management, focusing on recovery, focusing on quality foods. You know, I like to say 80-20, where you're having 80% of your foods come from nutritious whole foods, things like protein sources, like veggies, fruit, grains, dairy, stuff like that. Having 20% of your foods coming from less quality foods, less nutritious foods, fun foods, stuff like ice cream, like pizza, like candy, like cookie, whatever the fuck your jam is on that side of things. That's going to make it sustainable, and it's going to make you so that you can actually stick with this. And then focusing on daily movement and exercise. Basically, this is just focusing on the basics and focusing on getting your health into a better place, as opposed to just trying to lose this weight, because the physical results of your body will come after your body is actually in a healthy spot.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. I think that, yeah, really focusing on these will actually get you feeling good too, and it will support the rest of what you're doing. We did a whole episode on this. If you want to go back to episode 2, I believe, you could get a whole rundown of all this, of like what to focus on. But yeah, I think just focusing on those basics and not neglecting them at all is going to be huge for continuing to move forward and being consistent and being healthy.
Yeah. And one more thing to add is just don't focus on all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Go back to what we said in number 2, where, you know, develop 2 to 3 non-negotiables around these things that you're struggling with, and focus on having those habits be around things that are going to make you feel better and get your body into a healthier spot. And you'll end up seeing the results over time that you want to. So
just the last one's really just about getting back up after you screw up, after you fall down, whatever we want to call it. That's really the biggest thing, is just being able to keep moving forward, because if you don't quit, then you can't fail.
I think that's really well said. I mean, like we said in expectations, like, you're going to fail, right? And if you let failures lead you to quitting, you're never going to see the results you want. And so expecting to fall down, expecting shit to not always go your way, And I think you said it really well a few points ago, or a few numbers ago. I don't remember which one it was on, but you said about like making sure you still have standards, like not going into this like thinking that it's just going to all be failures. But I think if you go into it with these crazy expectations, you're setting yourself up for failure, setting yourself up for quitting. And so if you expect that you're going to fall down throughout the process, but if you decide that what you're going to do is you're going to learn from these failures, you're going to get better, and you're going to keep moving forward, you're not going to quit, you're going to be in a good spot. And then also just don't be a fucking asshole to yourself, right? This is my favorite fucking phrase because it's so easy to be a fucking asshole to yourself and to be your own worst enemy. But if you can just give yourself grace, if you can just like help yourself out and understand you're not always going to be perfect, you're going to make mistakes. And if you can just learn from those mistakes, keep the train on the tracks, keep fucking moving forward, put one foot in front of the other, you're going to be very successful on your journey.
Yeah. And I think paying attention to, like, if you do keep falling off track, like, start to pay attention and try to learn from that and understand, like, oh, maybe there's a reason I keep falling off track. Maybe this isn't sustainable. Maybe I haven't built up enough confidence or trust with myself. So, like, understanding that can kind of help you also get yourself going in, like, a little bit better of a path. Maybe you're just, you know, the things you're doing just aren't sustainable for you. So, and then, like Alex said, just don't be a fucking asshole to yourself. That's one of the biggest things, because it's really hard for you to get back up when you just keep kicking yourself back down.
Yes, sir. And yeah, focus on those positives, right? I think what makes successful people different than people who don't succeed in any sort of goal, journey, whatever, is that the successful people, they pick apart the positives from a failure. The unsuccessful people, they pick apart all the negatives and they dwell on those. And so try to find that positive from whatever happened and allow that to propel you forward to success.
Yeah, man. I think we ran through this quick. I think we kept it short, which was nice.
Yeah, this is good. We're gonna try to keep these a little bit shorter so you don't have to hear us ramble on and just kind of get straight to the fucking point. So we appreciate everybody watching this. Make sure you share the show, subscribe. You can watch us on YouTube now. Like, you can see our pretty faces and see us talking in our new setup here that we got. We both got a little bit of a different setup. You got some headphones. I got a new mic and some headphones as well for Christmas. So thanks again, everybody, for listening, for watching. We appreciate all you. And like I said, make sure to subscribe.
Have a good one, guys. Happy New Year.